Wow, what a stellar year 2023 turned out to be when it comes to men's fragrance. There are several that are coming to the foreground and saying to you, look at me closer and smell me and wear me every day, make me a signature scent. It's like every time you turn around, something new has come out and you're like, holy crap, this is actually really good. And so that begs the question, what is the best designer release of 2023? That's what we're going to do today, is take a look at that question and answer it in a top 10 format. You know the drill. Make yourself comfortable, get a cup of coffee, something to drink, get some Fritos, but stay tuned. We got some exciting stuff coming up. Welcome back, everyone, to today's top 10 list of the best fragrance of 2023. You know what? I'm just going to cut to the chase and go straight to the number one fragrance of all time. It is, without doubt, without question, Eau Eduardo by KFC. I mean, really, guys, when in your life have you ever not wanted to smell like a chicken? When I first saw that commercial, I swear I thought it was an SNL skit in Spanish, and then I realized this is an actual fragrance that KFC is releasing. Just judging it by the notes alone, it looks like it might smell pretty cool. I don't know. You might want to check that one out, although it is a very limited release, and from what I can tell, looks like it's pretty hard to get. All right, but seriously, 2023 actually started out kind of sort of slow. It felt like there were some tumbleweeds blowing across the fragrance scape for a while, and then suddenly they just started like clockwork coming down the pike, and I was like, am I gonna have to remortgage my home? So there are a slew of new releases that you can choose from. Kind of think of it in terms of me giving you my recommendations of the top 10 fragrances out there that came out this year that are very much worth the money that they're asking. Coming in at number 10, came out of the sky like a lightning bolt, and in fact it is the shape of lightning. It is Bad Boy Extreme by Carolina Herrera. Now, Bad Boy started out semi-generic as this very peppery masculine fragrance, and it kind of somehow morphed into a sweet, powdery, peppery, chocolatey, sage, vetiver, cocoa absolute, and tonka bean is what you get in this. It very much reminds me of the scent Absolute by Hugo Boss, which is a good thing because that's getting harder and harder to find. So if you want a nice substitution for that, Bad Boy Extreme coming in at number 10. Coming in at number 9 isn't a lightning bolt, but it definitely is explosive. It is a spicy wonder from Viktor and Rolf, Spice Bomb Infrared, the EDP, the Eau de Parfum. Now, the original was an Eau de Toilette. The EDP made some marked improvements to the spicy, wonderful red chili pepper habanero, which is what you get in this. Cinnamon, pepper, red chilies, woods, and just a bit of leather. This fragrance is so spicy hot yet refined that you'll swear you're suffering from affluenza. Coming in at number 9, Spice Bomb Infrared by Viktor and Rolf. Coming in at number 8 is a fragrance that kind of solidifies the idea behind nobody really likes change. So when you change something that people are used to, you're going to get some backlash. And I think that's what happened here. But I happen to think it's a great fragrance, which is why it's coming in at number 8. It is Givenchy Gentleman's Society. Now this one is Iris for the New Age. Although there isn't any iris in the fragrance, you've got several floral notes, and somehow Givenchy made floral masculine and sexy at the same time. Along with sage, vetiver, vanilla, and sandalwood, Society is not only a great pick for a everyday wear kind of fragrance as a signature scent, but it's just in a dope bottle. And I really like the new stylish logo. One of the first things I did when this came out is go get a matching belt to the logo on the fragrance bottle, and it's super cool, but happens to smell fantastic and is great performing as well, which is why Givenchy Gentleman's Society is coming in as my number 8 pick of designer new releases 2023. Coming in at number 7 is hands down one of the best new releases of 2023. It definitely bridges the gap between any perceived generic modalities of the original release to this release. What I mean by this release is Ralph's Club Elixir. Yes, we've heard the word elixir a lot this year. Elixir, elixir, elixir. It's the year of the elixir. Why are we getting so many elixirs? That shouldn't be a complaint. We should be extremely happy that that's a trend, because elixir is up to 40% perfume oils. So all you guys out there that are complaining about performance, sillage, up to 40% perfume oil. That doesn't mean that all of them have 40%. That's just between 15 and 40. Lavender, iris, sage, leather, incense, fantastic, very masculine, very refined formula, everyday wear, which is why it's coming in at number 7. Ralph's Club Elixir by Ralph Lauren. Coming in at number 6 and almost making it into the top 5 designer fragrances of 2023 that I have chosen is a fragrance that quite honestly surprised me at how good it performed, coming from a designer that is known for releasing some relatively weak fragrances, not always, but sometimes, and that is Hugo Boss Bottled Elixir, another elixir. Let me just tell you, they last and last, they're powerful, they're strong, everything that we as men as a whole desire and want and need in a fragrance can be found in an elixir. That's the case with the Boss Bottle Elixir. And let me just tell you, if you've ever had a complaint of any of the Boss Bottle line, this one is not weak in the knees. This one is a strong man. This one is the strong man to any other weaker bearded lady Boss Bottle if life were a circus. That's what it would be. But thankfully, life is not a circus, but if you were the MC of your life, this is what you would wear. Boss Bottle Elixir, coming in at number 6. All right, everyone, we are down to my top 5 designer fragrances of 2023. These new releases are all excellent and worth owning. I'm trying to quantify these new releases with some form of algorithm, like the amount of oils versus the cost versus the versatility. In consideration of that, coming in at number 5 is a Paco Rabanne fragrance called Invictus Victory Elixir. Not only is the presentation great looking, but coming from a line that again has suffered a little bit here and there in terms of creativity and originality, this one is aces. Really enjoy this one. In fact, this one is probably my second most complimented fragrance of 2023 besides Azzaro's The Most Wanted. It's got kind of a similar masculine vibe to it, albeit more sustainably long-lasting. This one is a powerful banger and can be worn in pretty much any circumstance. The trifecta that you're getting in Invictus Victory Elixir is tonka, vanilla, and lavender. If you haven't gotten your nose on this one yet, please give it a try. I think you'll really enjoy it, and that's why it's coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is a designer fragrance that, in my book, takes the best dressed position. This one is not only the most refined, best dressed, but probably the best 2 notes listed for a fragrance. It is Pacha de Cartier Noir Absolu. Coming from a watchmaker, you would expect a beautiful presentation. That's definitely what you get in this flagon, this bottle. It's great looking, but also the combination of caramel and charred wood is a smoky, lightly sweet, sexy wonder. This one is definitely affluenza. If you want to level up your cologne game, you definitely want to try Noir Absolu out. You remember that time you went to Europe, spent a good week or 2 there, and then you came back and you were wanting to move to another country? That's that angst in a fragrance. Such an underappreciated fragrance. It smells like posh interiors and awe-inspiring architecture, reminiscent of all the best things about going somewhere different that challenges you, creates new neural pathways, and kind of reassesses your belief systems. That's why it's coming in at number 4. Pacha de Cartier Noir Absolu. Fantastic smelling, smoky sophistication in a bottle. Speaking of watchmaker, our next designer happens to be a French watchmaker, and that kind of detail-oriented craftsmanship went into the making of this fragrance. I was so happy to see this new release in the Maliki line by Chopard. It is Chopard Cedar Maliki, coming in at number 3. This fragrance has tenacious, earthy, woody, spicy accords in the form of cypriol. Several cedars went into the making of this. I compared it a little bit to Hero by Burberry without smelling like Hero in terms of having 3 different kinds of cedars. You've also got smooth, creamy tonka. Guys, this one is definitely a designer price, niche quality fragrance. Almost took the number 1 spot were it not for some other considerations, but this one is a fantastic fragrance, definitely worth owning. In fact, the entire line is beautiful and worth owning. The Maliki line, this one is a great addition, and that's why it comes in at number 3. Chopard Cedar. Coming in at number 2 is a fragrance by Jean-Paul Gaultier. It is yet another elixir. It is La Male Elixir. This takes the cake for being the most intoxicating, harmoniously blended, sexy, masculine fragrance of the year. Almost took my number 1 spot. And in fact, I still kind of hedge here and there. If you were to come to visit me today, that's what you would smell on me, is La Male Elixir. This one has tonka, benzoin, lavender, just a hint of mint. Again, the best blended. La Male Elixir again takes most intoxicating. And that's why it comes in at numero 2. Alright guys, thanks for sticking with me thus far in this list. We are down to my number 1 pick. new release of 2023. I hope I haven't disappointed anyone with my picks, but you know what? We all have individual choice. Your picks may be slightly different, if not completely different. This one is one, though, that so many people really enjoy. I almost didn't pick it because I was thinking, it's a limited edition. But you know what? I picked it anyway because I really enjoy the entire line, and this one is beautiful fragrance by Emporio Armani. Coming in at number 1 is Stronger With You Amber. This one might be Stronger With You Tobacco if I'd gotten my hands on Stronger With You Tobacco, which I don't have yet, sadly. Moment of silence. I will hopefully get that in my hands soon. I can't imagine it smelling completely different, just more tobacco-y. This one definitely has that creamy, rich, very, very compelling smell and mixture of fragrance notes. You've got that whole milky, creamy, vanillic, nutty, roasted chestnut, kind of glazed chestnut rather. Roasted and glazed, I guess you could say, but with a more resinous appeal to it, that whole amber resinous appeal. You've got lavender, amber, and vanilla as the trifecta, the 3 notes, primary keynotes in Stronger With You Amber. Beautiful fragrance, one of my 10 out of 10 because it performs so well. Everyone really loves smelling it on you as you're wearing it and wearing it. Either way you're coming at the fragrance, it's a great experience, which is why it's taking my number 1 spot of best new release of 2023, Stronger With You Amber. Possibly tobacco if I had tobacco, but I don't have tobacco. Well guys, there were a number of fragrances that were released this year that were fantastic. I want to give some honorable mentions. You know, YSL always does great with fragrances. This year, they kind of stayed in their lane that they've been performing in really well so far. And YEDP Intense was a great release. MYSLF, myself, is a great laundry fresh fragrance, but I just felt like it's more of the same, more of what we've already got, even though you could probably say that of Stronger With You Amber. It's still such an epic fragrance. Uomo Born in Roma Intense by Valentino is a fantastic fragrance. There were so many more that I'm going to do another video of fragrances that I feel like not only do they deserve honorable mentions, but there are some other facets about them that you might enjoy knowing, and I'll share that with you in another video. Guys, thanks so much for sticking around for today's top 10 list of best new fragrances of 2023. Please, again, share with me your list, which are your favorites, in the comments below so that we can all check that out and appreciate the variances of our opinions. Again, thanks so much for bringing in the new year with me. I am looking forward to whatever 2024 brings in terms of fragrance. It looks like we're going to have a fantastic year, and I hope you spend it with me getting to know the newer releases and older releases as well. Again, guys, thanks so much for your support here on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video review.